Hello, my name is Rory Cannon. I'm at the moment 19, residing in Washington, although I've lived in California for most of my life. Outside of music, I like to do math, just sports and athletics in general. At around kindergarten, I did a couple years of piano, and in like third, fourth grade, started both choir and clarinet. I still have my clarinet, but I left the choir. I started composing at around 10 to 11. Finale songwriter. For me in music, I've been pretty fortunate in that I've never been overwhelmed by all there is to have in music. I always kind of only saw just ahead of me and just behind. When I first joined Flat, there weren't really any original songs. There was no standard generally, or I was generally at the standard, just behind or just above the standard that I saw around me for my musical journey, which was really fortunate. I listened to some dubstep and sometimes classical music, but generally most of the time where I could be listening to music, I could also be writing, and I generally prefer writing, or also lazy and finding music. I never really viewed it that way. I just liked doing music, and at some point I realized I was pretty good. It was never really about how good I was, but just liking doing it. I'm generally proud of most of my works, really proud of them, because I generally try to make them to the highest standard possible, at least for me at the time. Generally have some sort of goal or exploration in mind when I write songs. Then generally it'll just as I write, I'll come up with new goals. Once I have a vision for what the song will probably be, I'll just try to fulfill that vision. Most of the time I'm successful. If I'm not, I'll kind of just change the vision or the piece. I compose music because I just enjoy the creative process. It's really cathartic, just when the emotion you want to express is the emotion that you feel from the music. I kind of have trouble sometimes listening to other pieces of music because generally it's hard to beat the connection that you have with your own song. I think it only come out in more subtle ways. What I generally think is the most prominent thing is just the history of my relationship with composing itself, what I view music as. I don't generally think too deep in terms of music itself. Sometimes I'll go deep into how different emotions and experiences of my own within the music. Music itself, I just kind of enjoy it and relate to it.